Jetpack, you ready to play the Pokemon TCG? If so, hold on. Does the thing work? Let's hold on. I actually don't know. Voice changer, do you work right now? I don't think it works. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm just gonna do the voice modulation myself then. Let's start the show! Hey everyone, I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com, personal look at video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits, aka the hottest calves on Twitch. And we're here to play the Pokemon trading card game. Shoutouts to everybody in the chat right now, including Secret Player, Mad Sticks, Clam Up Yo, and Universal Real. Thank you for dropping by early, being early birds here. Thank you to everybody that followed the stream while I was away. Oclanus just followed right now. Scarzex, 13, Irwin 13, Truant, Kickween, McWomble, Slinky Grifter, Divine Angel 79, Marcello 796, and Anna-chan 114. Thank you for the follows. Y'all are goated. We are very quickly approaching the 1,000 follow on Twitch, which is absolutely incredible. Like this time last year I had like 300 or something like that, which is nuts. And then over on the YouTube channel I realized that I did not set this up properly despite having a ton of stuff to talk about. Hold on, let me pull this up. So we go to the browser here. So unprofessional. Let me go and set up my window capture real quick. Yeah, on the YouTube channel we have crossed 4,200 subscribers. Y'all are amazing. It still blows my mind how much support that we get over there on the YouTube channel, and it's really heartwarming to see your comments and see that y'all appreciate what I'm trying to do here, which is really cool. And today we will be playing we're playing some Arceus Giratina. I believe this is the same list that Landon Kaetler played to win Portland Regionals. Good morning, Prism Chew. Welcome back. And I've been trying out this deck for the last 2 weeks. So since the last time we streamed, I've been practicing this deck, trying to get a feel for it. I've played Arceus in the past. I've played Giratina in the past. And admittedly, like, I'm kind of struggling with it pretty bad. We're going to try it out today, see if there's anything else I can learn. I see there's some weird screen tearing happening on my end. Let me know if you see that as well. I saw one of the videos was acting really funky, and I hope that doesn't ruin the quality of the stream, but we'll see. So let's get into some matches. And yeah, Universal Real, how are you doing today? And Prism Chew, welcome back. Mad Stick says, Tina has really made a comeback last few weeks. Your latter experience has been a lot of Arc Tina and Lost Box Tina decks this week. I was very salty the other day. I was playing a Lost Tina deck, and I thought I had them beat until they attached a whole bunch of energy to a Comfey, and they played Thornton to get Giratina V, to then get Giratina VSTAR to knock me out for the win. And I was really upset at that because, like, hardly anyone, I know Thornton is a tech you can play in the Giratina deck, but hardly anyone plays it, and I just happened to be up against the one person that was running Thornton in their deck, and that sucked. Speaking of sucking, look at this hand is, I mean, we had to bench the Skwovet, and the Skwovet is not ideal in this matchup. At least we're not going to get turn one donked, and we do have an out to Arceus here to get rolling. But I am not happy with my start. We are up against Lost Box, and I feel like on PTCG Live, I see this deck way more than anything else at this point, which is unfortunate. Like, it's the strongest deck in the game, but also, yeah, it's really annoying fighting against the strongest deck in the game all the time. And Mad Stick says there's a decent Skwovet hand, though. Yeah, it will be empty turn one. I don't know if I want to do that, though, because I've got the out to Arceus VSTAR right here. We might... We can hard retreat. We can attach a bunch of energy to Giratina here. Oh, and this is an Arctina deck. Okay. So I don't know. Do I hold the Ultra Ball to... So we got to get Arceus down for sure. I don't think I want a Nest Dash right now. But if I don't, like, I can just attach to myself, right? Like, is it worth trying to get Giratina set up right now? Or do I just Trinity charge to myself? Okay, let's go. I'm going to hold my hand right now. I'm going to Trinity charge to myself. Just one. I will play it very subtly here. Then we'll do the Skwovet and all that other stuff. Doesn't Lost Box get shut down? No, they still have one-hit KO power in Giratina. They can still snipe damage with Greninja, Cramorant for great support, Sableye for sniping at the end of the game. This version of the deck does not... You generally don't run Manaphy. You could run Manaphy in this deck, but it is tough. Is it your opponents that suck at Lost Box? What is your... Klefki and Avery? Those are, like... Klefki is a mixed bag because Klefki only works for so long. Lost Box just puts a bunch, like, you just manually attach to Greninja and then you blow up both of the Klefkis and you're good. Avery it's okay, but they still have multiple Comphase and Crams and all sorts of stuff. Size matters. Welcome. How you doing? Yeah, Lost Box still still the best deck in the game. Oh no. Size matters. Thank you so much for the follow. We lose the Skwovet early. Unfortunately, not a lot we can do on that front. I would like... So we're gonna have to get... This is looking kind of grim. They've already got 6 in the Lost Zone. I don't think we need the Cheren's Care at this point. Let's go grab... I could get an early swing on the Giratina, which we might want to do. Yeah, let's go Starbirth. I'm going to go Giratina V and a Choice Belt. No, Giratina V and Research. That's what I wanted. Yeah. Okay. Let's go and boss up Giratina. Some early pressure. And I'll put the Choice Belt isn't going to matter too much on... Let's put it on Giratina here. Let's go swing. And hopefully they don't have any gusts. Of course, this is where they're going to play... I should have gotten... Yeah, I could have judged here too. Hopefully they are stuck. Right? Hopefully they're stuck. They don't have Lost Vacuum. They don't have Colress. There's a decent chance they can get Colress into Mirage Gate and then just knock out the Arceus. And that would be bad. Let's see. Size Matter says you reviewed, bought your very first IRL Pokemon deck. Oh, awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed the content. What deck did you buy? Ah, there's the Colress. Yeah. And here comes the Mirage Gate. Arceus is probably dead. Palkia V-Star League Battle Deck. Ah, like this one right here. Awesome. Congratulations. I haven't had a chance to open mine yet. I will sleeve it up soon. I'm probably going to do the Palkia Ice Rider version so I can still use my Ice Rider cards. Yeah, there's the Mirage Gate. That kind of sucks. And at least they're not going to boss up the Giratina. I guess they could Escape Rope, and that would suck. And they're going to get Greninja set up here, too, for some stuff. This is kind of rough. Yeah, going down 3 prizes here early is not pleasant. There is a chance we can make a comeback here, knocking out that Lumineon. That is something that is very intriguing. Okay, so looking grim. We need to get an out to Giratina VSTAR here. Oh, do we judge or do we research? I think I have to research here. Oh God. We did not get the cards we were looking for at all here. This is grim. Okay, let's go and take the knock. Okay, not losing. Okay. Okay. Oof. We still, I can't believe we didn't hit an out to Giratina VSTAR there. That is depressing. Oh no. Do we go for the Luminion now? Unfortunately, I need to top deck a Giratina VSTAR in the worst way. If we can top deck Giratina VSTAR, I think we'll be okay. Or an out to Giratina VSTAR. But if we can't knock this out right now, I'm going to be very sad. "17 cards in hand. Oh, a Judge would be so amazing right now. Or a Roxanne. Okay, what are they going in with? Probably the Cram, yep. Their bench is full right now. At which point, is it worth just attacking with the Arceus V and saving the Giratina VSTAR for later? Like, oh, this is not good. Absolutely not. We have bricked ourselves into a really bad spot here. If we go one, if we hit the, do we hit the Giratina now? I don't think that matters that they only have 10 cards in their deck. Okay, we're gonna gust up. I could take 2 right now or soften this. I think we soften up the Giratina. And we pray. And you know what? Can we path right now? Yeah, we're going to path to the peak here too. And we'll 190. Wow, this is rough. Hopefully we can scrape through this. If anything, with Lost Box, a low deck is actually arguably more dangerous in the sense that they can Energy Recycler and Kyogre and all that stuff. It gives them a little more control of what happens at the end of the game. And here comes a Lost Vacuum. That really sucks. You could, in theory, yes. It's probably not going to happen. Probably not. They just have to not play any more stuff. Like, the Sableye is already in their hand. Like, they are willingly... Yeah, see, there's the Recycler, and they can reload the deck. So, decking out Lost Box, highly unlikely. Yeah, Mirage Gate. I'm going to blow us out. So even if we don't get a... Yeah, we're going to lose the Giratina here. We can trade Giratinas. We really need... Oh, they don't even get rid of energy here. Okay, that's fine. I need an Arceus VSTAR in the worst way. Can we find... There it is! Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's go attach some energy. And we can still win. Theoretically, yeah, we could still win. There's no more energy in the deck. Amazing. Okay. Raihan. All right. We have game in hand. Right? If they go... I'm guessing they go Thornton, Giratina, Mirage Gate, and we lose. So there's 1-1 Giratina. They've won Sableye. Let's see. Yeah, they've got it. They've got the Thornton play. Otherwise, yeah, there it is. And yeah, they could theoretically be shuffling in the Lumineon. I highly doubt it. What? Why are you benching a second Giratina right now? Yeah, they're gonna... Okay, they're shuffling in the second Giratina. You're right. You're right. Now... Yeah, actually, if they shuffle in the Lumineon, then we're still kind of screwed. We don't do enough damage here to get the win. I need Judge in the worst way. Okay. V-Guard Energy's nice, but oh man, I need a Judge so bad. Now, if we go, I think we have to attach the V-Guard Energy to the Arceus V so that they can't use... Okay. So they can't just use Shred. I actually know Shred would still work. Ugh. Yeah, Aqua Turn. Yeah, there it is. Mirage Gate, and we lose. Didn't I have game? No. They got the Lumineon off the board, and now we lose. Oh, man. That was really depressing. We got burned really bad off that research. And yeah, we could have... I think that, yeah, the choice was Judge or Research. And I made the choice for Judge to try and get the most cards so that I could have the best chance at getting, like, the Giratina and the Arceus. And we got none. We got nothing. We absolutely bricked on that. Now, there's an even higher chance that we would have bricked on the Judge, knowing what we know in retrospect, and we would have gotten some hand disruption. And yeah, maybe we should have played the Judge instead, but I think we were based on what the cards came up on the other end. We were largely screwed. It really came down to they had a massive whack of cards at the end, and maybe the Judge would have been enough to slow them down to win, but that is just something we're gonna have to hold. I still feel like if you're in a jam and you need a bunch of cards, like Professor's research there feels like you are playing to win, and Judge feels like you're trying to not lose, if you know what I mean, because of us needing so many cards and the desperation we had. But it didn't work out for us that time, so we're just gonna have to hold that L. GG's. Oh man, that sucked. That sucked. Oh, we played the odds and we lost. It sucked that we also had to start the Skwovet, and that was just an easy KO for them to get ahead. The Aqua return play on their part was really smart as well, like, because we only had the Arceuses left, there was no way that we could one-shot Giratina V. That was unfortunate. It is what it is. Okay, we're going first? Yeah, all right. All right, I can roll. I'm cool with this. Now, we do have Ultra Balls here, and we could use that to potentially get Bibarel rolling. I don't want to get rid of this energy, though. So I think it's just going to be a simple attach DTE and get rolling, and then we can judge some resources back into the deck on the next go around here. Tatsugiri Dondozo. Okay. Okay. Dondozo is a... That's a very big Pokemon now, isn't it? Okay, they're going to play Iridas, so we get to hold our hand, which is good. And the Tatsugiri, they really need it in the discard pile. I've never fought this deck before. Can Arceus one-shot a Dondozo is my $1 million question. Yes, it can. Okay. It might actually be better to lead with, like, just play all Arceus here so that we can Cheren's Care our way out of a jam. Okay, search your deck for up to 2 basic water energy and attach them to one of your basic Pokemon. Okay, so they're going to get Dondozo rolling on the next turn. They have 2 Tatsugiris in the discard pile. Dondozo does 50 damage for each Tatsugiri in your discard pile, so they can do 100 right now. Let's go attach. And let's get rid of Ultra Ball and E. I guess we get rid of the DTE here. And we get Arceus V-Star. Okay. Here's the play. Actually, yeah, let's knock out the... I'm going to go Boss. And let's go... They only have 3 cards. Let's go Research. Yeah. And I'm going to put the early game pressure on them right now and say bet. Okay, and let's go attach energy onto... Let's go with the Giratina here. And then we'll build up the Arceus next. Again, I don't think we need 3 we don't need multiple Giratinas here. All right, here comes Path to the Peak. I don't know if this deck runs any sort of... We could have even gone double boss here, but that's okay. They'll get the second Dondozo charged up. Oh, there comes the Research. They did have to get rid of a Clara, so that's good. Okay. Now, we have to be concerned here with... They've got 3, and if we knock this out, that's 4. Oh, Articuno, interesting. They're going to go for that paralysis tech. That could be a problem. That could be a problem. We don't necessarily have a good answer to Wild Freeze. Yeah, because they could spam it and just get an easy 2 prize KO on us there. Yeah, that's what they're playing for. And we don't have Gust right now. We have to find, like, a rope. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I think we're going to get rid of Ultra Ball and just Research. I want more cards. Okay. We get a Bidoof. That's nice. Let's go get the Skwovet down here, actually, too. And I will... Cheren's Care is going to be very important in this deck. And I could get a Giratina V-Star right now. I don't think we need to. I think we play it simple. And we attach to Arceus. Actually, Cheren's Care is going to be amazing here. That gets us out of the Articuno play. Okay. Yeah, so they can hit their Wild Freeze. We Cheren's Care. We get out of the paralysis, and we're Gucci. Now, we do have to worry about the Dondozo now having all 4 Tatsugiris in the discard and hitting for 200 damage. Especially if we're going to burn Cheren's Care right now to get out of this paralysis trap. Okay, they're doing 180, which is still... That's still dangerous, at least on... I guess 180 to 200 doesn't really matter. Okay. Paralysis, no good. Let's go Cheren's Care. And let's go get Arceus back. And we will go Arceus V-STAR. And you know what? Is it worth... Yeah, I don't think it's worth powering up a second Giratina at this point. I think we just... Do we Skwovet our hand? Here we go. Let's go... Nest Ball. Get rid of Giratina V. Let's go get the... I will grab this just in case. Actually, I should have gotten the Bidoof here. Let's go attach energy on the Arceus. And I may regret this. I'm going to Nest Dash here. For one, it's Path to the Peak. Okay. Let's go. Let's play Path. And we have one energy. I probably shouldn't have done that. Now we have no cards. Now we have no cards. Please, like a researcher or something. It's another Bidoof. Okay. That's not good. They can now start swinging for 180 to 200. I'm actually not liking where this is going at all. We have to get this Arceus set up in the worst way. Because I can attack 2 more times comfortably. Can I attack a 3rd time comfortably with the way the board is set up right now? And the answer right now is no. If I can get 1 more energy and an out to Arceus, I probably should have attached the double turbo here instead. Then I could at least, like, boss KO Greninja or something. But actually, no, I couldn't do that. Okay. This is... Yeah, this is one of my issues with this deck. Of, like... It can get stuck. Okay, I do get a Giratina V-STAR. I don't want either of these cards. Throw them to the bottom. Let's go grab... Okay, we get Arceus. That's good. That's good. We'll hit for a clean 200. But we need... I need stuff. Okay, there's the double turbo. That's great. That's great. All right, we should just be cruising from here. Prism Chew says, actually not that bad of a rogue deck. I underestimated it once and got whooped. Okay. Yeah, I have not played this deck. I don't believe in it, to be honest, as a real deck at this point in time. But I can see the potential in it. Do you want stuff? How about a stuff, Chris? Yeah, so they're going to take the knock here. And Mr. Bartman, welcome back. How you doing? Yeah, at this point, like, I think we're just cruising. Right? We just go attach. We swing for 180. We can... I'm going to hold on to the escape rope just in case they try and do some wacky stuff here. But let's go and take the knock. On Dondozo. I think the Dondozo deck gets better in Paldea Evolved when we get stuff like Reversal Energy and a Super Rod and stuff like that. But at this point in time, I just don't think this deck has enough to be truly... Like, even as a rogue tier deck. Like, yeah, I can see the playstyle being fun, but... Oh, here we go. No, that's it. Yeah. We take the win on our opponent there. They had a decent setup. Like, they had attacks going for pretty much the entire game. So much respect to them for that. They had a really good play there with the Articuno. Unfortunately for them, we were able to get out of the paralysis trap with Cheren's Care, reset the damage, get a fresh Arceus in there, and swing for big damage, and that pretty much broke their back on that one. GG's. Mr. Bartman asks, why so early? I have a children's birthday party to go to at noon that I'm going to be... Lexus, thank you so much for the follow. Truly appreciate it. Yeah, I have a children's birthday party to go to at noon. We're probably going to be late because of the stream, but starting early to try and get the content down. So that's where we're at. Okay, we got to win. Let's get some of the... I'm seeing screen tearing on my end. Lexus with the air horn. Are you guys seeing screen tearing on your end, or is it just me? When I switch scenes and do stuff like this. All right. How about... It's been fine? Okay, cool. Let's do a quick poll. I have 2 subjects to talk about today that are going to be, you know, what to talk about next. It's going to be like new Pokemon 151 cards or deck list resources. There we go. 1 minute, start pool. All right, I'll let you guys pick. 2 subjects. Yeah, so there's that. Okay. Also, oh man, my leg has been rolled up. I have to ice my foot because of just issues with flat feet. Every couple of months, I just get like insane soreness on the back of my heels and different parts of my feet because I have very flat feet and I don't have the right support for my weight. It also doesn't help that I am a lot heavier than I used to be, and my frame does not hold my current weight very well, which causes a lot of strain in various parts of my body. So that's not ideal. So yeah, this just happens. And on top of that, like, okay, deck list resources. We can do that. We can do that. You got to work on the dad bod. Nothing wrong with that. I think my dad bod, I have been preparing for this for years. And I will say, pro tip for the aspiring dads out there, the dad bod gut, it actually has some functional benefits. It makes weight distribution of a baby easier because you can partially rest some of that weight on your belly, making it easier to carry the baby. So pro tip right there. All right, let me go and prepare. Okay. Let's go and actually pull up, just for funsies, let's go and pull up a deck list that I can use as a starting point here. Why is this not working? Oh, best finishes. Open as an image. Yeah. Let's start here. Can confirm. Okay. Can confirm, but we have cats. Still holds up. Yeah, nice. Wouldn't it be better on the arm / shoulder? What do you mean? To like hold the baby? I don't know what you mean by that, secret player. Hold on. Open image in new tab. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Damn it. What do I do? What do I do? Here we go. Open as image. Yeah, we'll just go like this. We'll go like this. I'm getting greedy here. Let's give Limitless their props. Fat muscle, like putting fat and muscle. So, like, you're already putting strain on your arm. You have to use your arms to carry your baby no matter what. But if you have the gut, then you have a third part of your body that can help carry the baby. And like, the baby's not going to be up all the time, especially when they're young. You got to carry them like down here, at which point your belly acts as a shelf for the baby. Gerardo says, how have the games been today? We just won one. We've played two. We lost the first one against the Giratina Lost Box deck, and it came down to like a really wacky play at the end. I hate that. But we did win. It was against Dondozo, which is not the most competitively viable deck, but they did have some tech to try and stop us, and we were able to work around it. So yeah, that was all right. And we're about to talk about deck list resources right now. Prism Chew says, been a while since you played PTCGL. I've been focusing on main series games on the Switch. Awesome. Yeah, I finished up Scarlet and Violet a couple of months ago. We actually streamed that. And if it weren't for the bugs, I think Scarlet and Violet is the best mainline Pokemon game. Limitless TCG is dope. Yeah, we're going to be talking about assorted resources for where you can get deck lists and stuff, ideas and whatnot, because I understand there are a lot of new players, and I see, like, here, I'll show a place where I don't think, let's go with PT. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, and I mean, I'm not throwing, how do I say this without being a jerk? I find that the advice that you may get on a quote unquote, on Reddit, for example, like I post my water deck here, and some of the comments, some are helpful, but a lot of the times I just see them and are just like, no, these are not great. This comment's fine. Articuno's, yeah, like based on this list that they have, and we'll pull that up here. Yeah, I wouldn't agree with the Articuno or Professor's research. But yeah, like people just throw in these like one-off comments that like maybe they are good, but in a vacuum to a new player, that's just not particularly helpful. So wanted to show some resources that are good. Yeah. not always the best place. So I want to show some places that have good stuff. Okay. Oh, you got a teaser on some of these. If you're just starting out in the Pokemon trading card game, you might feel a little overwhelmed by the process of deck building. I get it. How do you pick the right 60 cards to go into battle? And one of the best things about the internet is that there's all sorts of resources to find different ideas and builds for decks that you can use as a starting point to build your own. And in today's video, I'm going to cover a lot of different resources online that you can use for references for how to build decks. And yeah, just a lot of great places that have some of the best decks in the game, sometimes with extra explanations for how things work, and even previews for decks for cards that aren't even out yet. I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's cover some places online you can go for deck lists. And I do want to preface this by saying, like, again, I'm such a big proponent of this. Looking at other people's deck lists is totally fine. You're not a better player because you can create decks from scratch. If anything, pretty much no one creates decks from scratch anyway. Even international players are using deck lists from Japan as a starting point to then tweak. So hardly anyone is actually building net new ideas from scratch. It's fine to copy a list and tweak them to best suit your needs. So with that in mind, let's go and look at some websites and other online resources for deck lists. And where we're going to start is on Justin Basil. I will put all of the links to these sites and YouTube channels in the description of this video below. And we're going to start with Justin Basil because they do an amazing job of not only having just like deck lists, like they break up deck lists by meta decks, budget decks, new decks. Let's look at the meta deck list, for example. And they've got a written description of, hey, here's how you play the deck. Here is the deck list. Here are some key cards. You can watch examples of how these decks are played, and oftentimes they have even just alternate builds in here as well. They have the costs for how much it is to build these decks IRL. And on top of just having deck lists, they also have like an entire guide to deck building. So if you want to build decks on your own, what are the key core concepts of how do you build a deck? Here are proxies. So if you're looking for making your own cards where you can then test on your own, this is like one of the, if not the best site on the internet for just learning how to build decks. We've also got Limitless. This is, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff on Limitless, but I use it mostly for decks that are used in tournaments. So if you click on this deck section, you will see all of the lists, like all of the decks that are being played in the current format. As you can see at the time of this recording, we are in the Scarlet and Violet era of the Pokemon trading card game. If you wanted to see decks from different eras, you can just click on the tab here and switch. And from here, you can see all of the archetypes in Limitless tournaments. They're all listed based on like how popular these decks are. So you can see there's been 1,800 Lost Zone box decks in Limitless tournaments. They win at a rate of 48%. And you can kind of see like here's kind of the strongest decks. And better yet, when you click on Lost Box, you can see a bunch of the best placing decks, but you can also sort by date, where like if you see that, for example, let's go and refresh this page. Like maybe the top deck they list here is 3 months old and you want to see what's the latest tech. You can go and sort by date. You can sort by score. You can sort by ranking. I just want to see the first place deck, right? And then you just click on list and you can see the list of cards here. You can open it as an image so you can then see what the cards are and the counts, or you can click copy to clipboard and then paste that into PTCG Live and just add that deck to your list. Let's actually do that. Let's go hop over to PTCG Live. I just copied this deck and I will show how to do that. So let's go into decks. Let's go create a deck and I will hit import. Import successful, and boom, I just copied that entire deck into my game. And that's how you do that. So Limitless, an amazing resource for this. On top of that, you can click on matches and you can see, oh, actually, let's go back. When you are on the archetype page, right? So here's Lost Zone box. You can click on matchups and see how these decks fare against one another in tournament. So Lost Box versus Lugia Archeops. They only win at 43%, so kind of a bad matchup. They win at 52.71% against Gardevoir, and this is across 800 matches of data. So lots of data to go on. So Lost Box favored in this one. They go about even with Mew. They have an advantage against Giratina Lost Box, and so on. And there are a lot of different lists based on, yeah, these are the lists that people are playing. And yeah, you can use these as a starting point. If you are looking for hot off the presses of major tournaments, you can look at, oh, this is not actually the site. This is a good site as well, but I want PTCG stats. And this shows the tournament results for major IRL events, and we can go and click on major event data. We're currently in the 22-23 season, and let's go click on Portland Regionals, for example. And here's the final standings of the winners, their records. Here are their deck lists for anyone. These are pulled straight from the player's Twitter account. So if they don't have Twitter and they don't share it, then you don't see it. But in this case, for example, Landon Kaetler did post theirs, and you can see all of the cards they used in their tournament winning list. On YouTube, of course, you can look at a bunch of different channels. Mine is one of many other resources that you can use for decks. Just a couple of quick shout outs. You might already know a number of these already, and there's definitely others that I probably don't have time to talk about here, but I'll shout out a few of my favorites for deck list resources. One of them is Tricky Jim. Andrew Mahone is a great player and like one of the I think he is like the biggest content creator in the competitive Pokemon TCG space, over 100,000 subscribers. One of my biggest influences in the Pokemon TCG. Little Dark Fury is great, especially if you're looking at more rogue decks. He is the guy that you want to go to. OmniPoke is an amazing channel for a lot of competitive level analysis. If you're looking at deck list examples, you want to see decks in action, you want to see, like, I was watching this video on Impact on Paldea Evolved where they break down, here are all of the new cards, here are the existing deck archetypes, how do the new cards impact these existing decks, and like all that sort of deeper level analysis. OmniPoke is amazing for that. Azul-GG, one of the best players in the Pokemon trading card game, has a very active channel, and they post lots of deck profiles and show a lot of in-game action. They're great at talking about their moves as they play. The Shuffle Squad is another notable channel here with rundowns on a bunch of the best decks. We've got Celio's Network, who I think on his main channel, he does a little more like essay style content these days, but definitely has some video profiles, and his second channel does have more of the gameplay and deck lists and so on. For the Win TCG, definitely a great resource, really funny content creator as well. Leans a little more heavily on the rogue decks if you're into that kind of thing. And Popsicle Knight, who does some awesome rogue deck content as well. If you are looking for like the next stuff, like what the next set, Paldea Evolved, how are those cards impacted in tournament, you're gonna want to look at Twitter for some of these. So this is Pokeka Book, and they show sort of the top decks in local Japanese tournaments, and we can see here's an Artina deck with Vulpix, Squawkabilly, Lugia. Single Strike is still doing really good. Really weird use of Melmetal here, but that could be kind of cool. And this is an amazing resource for seeing what decks are coming next. And another one, Pokeka Recipe, is another similar Twitter account that lists top results from Japan, and you can kind of see what decks are popping off in the future. And in turn, there's another site it's a Japanese website called Ho-Ho News, and you're gonna need something like Google Translate in order to translate. The site is in Japanese. Again, all the links for these sites will be in the description of this video below. And yeah, you browse through the site and you can look at the different archetypes they have. And let's just go click on, for example, here, Mew VMAX, and yeah, it'll translate, and then you can see different deck lists for Mew VMAX that have won in different events, and they even show you like this one, the Aichi runner-up was this one got the Hiroshima championship, and you can just see a bunch of lists from Japan that way. So yeah, there we go. That is a number of resources for decks. If there's any other websites or YouTube channels or Twitter accounts that you think are worth sharing here, please add them to the comments of this video. I just want this to be a great resource for new players looking for deck list ideas, to have a place to go and see what is out there and see what's working. And again, like, I was gonna say this one last time, don't feel bad copying, like net decking other people's lists. It's a great way to like get a good deck for one, and then two, along the way, like learn those decks. I strongly recommend starting with another person's list, playing the decks and seeing how they work, and then making tweaks along the way based on your personal playstyle. But definitely, like, yeah, start with someone else's list and understand why that list works so well, and then adjust it based on what works best for you. So that's going to be the end of this video. If you're watching this live on Twitch, stick around, but we do have to say goodbye to YouTube. So yeah, here's your opportunity to say goodbye to YouTube for now. And before we go, some quick plugs. You can find me on all the things: YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at In3rdPerson. You can find me on Twitch at In3rdPerson, where I stream the Pokemon trading card game every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern time, like I am right now. And check out the website, in3rdperson.com, for more articles and videos on video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits. So until the next one, I will see you later. Bye-bye. All right, we're back. I hope that helped. I'm sure most people who are watching this on Twitch probably already use most of, if not all of those resources already. Once we get to like the Twitch crowd, this is usually the more, what's the term? Like the enthusiast level crowd who's a little more involved. But on YouTube, where there are a number of new people getting into the game, that's kind of what that type of content is for. I think better luck next time. Did we win the coin flip? Please tell me. Yeah, we won the coin flip. Arceus, please. Arceus, please. Please. Okay. Arceus and an energy. That's all I need. Well, okay. I would like more. I would absolutely like more. They've got multiple Paths to the Peak in their deck. What are they running? It's probably Lost Box, isn't it? It's always Lost Box. Okay, let's go take a card. Okay, we got an Ultra Ball. Yeah. Of course it's Lost Box. Okay. Oh, we get the Nest Ball down. Yeah, that's awesome. Let's go Giratina. Again, I've been seeing nothing but Lost Box. All right, let's go. Energy, end turn. Hopefully we don't get escape roped and, you know, smacked with a Cramorant or something like that. They're probably not gonna disrupt our hand here. We don't, however, we don't want to play the Skwovet. We don't want to play the Bidoof, because those are easy targets for the Greninja or the Sableye. So we are playing a Mirage Gate build. And let's see what we can do here. Prism Juice has been around since like Black and White era of PTCG, and it's amazing to see how the game has changed. Last time, hitting for 200 was considered insane, and now we have Pokemon 300 plus HP. So I only started playing at the very end of Battle Styles, beginning of Chilling Reign. And even then, the decks that were good then versus the decks that are good, those would get scraped by the decks that are good now, because of just the power creep inside the last couple of years of the Pokemon trading card game. And even then, they were still trying to taper down the power level to get things a little under control. I think they really, based on my understanding of where the game has gone, the tag teams really messed things up. Okay, it does suck that we unfortunately got escape roped. I hope we don't get smacked by Cramorant here on the Giratina. That would be unfortunate. And I think we have to see the research versus judge. We really want to disrupt Lost Box, but I need cards. Like, I need a whole bunch of cards here to make this work. Okay, they got 3 in the Lost Zone. Hopefully they can't get the 4 here, and we can at least draw first blood. Universal says, you just got back into playing from PTCG like 1 or 2 months ago. Awesome. Well, welcome back. I think now is a... Oh, and here comes Path to the Peak. And guess what? We don't have an out to Path to the Peak in this deck. So that's bad. We can't do our Arceus stuff. Okay, let's go get rid of... Yeah, I found it interesting in these decks, and this is something I've debated as well. Okay, we do get Giratina V-Star. That's nice. We do get our double turbo energy. We don't have... no, we don't want that right now. Oof. We might be stuck. You're winning your locals a bunch? Awesome. Congratulations. That early Path to the Peak really sucks for us. Really, really sucks. And now we're stuck. I mean, we might have to get the Skwovet just to try and draw cards. This is one of the issues with this deck, and like I've noticed in Arctina, no one is playing Pumpkaboo anymore in their lists. And I think a big part of that is that with Nest Ball, you just put Pumpkaboo on the bench, and then you can't actually trigger the effect of it. And you want to burn Ultra Ball for Pumpkaboo, and maybe you do. It just feels like there aren't as many situations where you can do that. But yeah, right now we're kind of feeling the effects of not having Pumpkaboo here. Not that we could get Pumpkaboo out anyway with the current hand that we have. So we're just kind of stuck. You want to go to locals, haven't had a chance to? One of the other good players plays Arctina. Okay. I will admit, and I don't know if this is going to make the video or not. I've really struggled with this deck. I just run into like weird situation after weird situation. This is one of them. Like we're about to get Greninja sauced into into nothing. And like what do we do here? Yeah, it's the Skwovet into potentially the card that we need, but we can't bump Path to the Peak. We're not gonna get the and then we have to also then put like a single prize liability here as well, which really sucks. I could use Boss, but like I can't drag anything meaningful out into the active because all of they run a billion Switch cards in here too, so we're just kind of stuck. You've tried Arctina because the impressive stats have yet to do very well. Giraferus, welcome. Thank you for the follow. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, that one escape rope absolutely killed us there. And yeah, maybe we should have put down another Pokemon early, but yeah, between that and Path to the Peak. And is it worth playing Pumpkaboo in this deck? I think right now, like, there just isn't. Oh, they're going to vacuum away Path, which is good. That's actually good. And we have the Cheren's Care, which is really nice, but oh god. Oh, you follow the YouTube channel. Well, thank you for dropping by, and thank you for watching the YouTube channel. Much appreciated. Oh, they didn't attack. Okay. Oh god. So I think we attached to Giratina, and do we just wait? Do we honestly just wait? Or do we try and get something going here? Right? Okay, I'm risking it. I'm risking it. Please. We may just scoop after this anyhow. Oh, God. Oh, this sucks so bad. Oh, man. The Path to the Peak, so bad. They don't have anything going on, really, but... Okay, they vacuum away the Path. Like, that might be all we need. And they'll probably stick us with Path again. Okay, how many Paths do they have? They don't run 4, right? There's no way they got rid of 3 Paths to the Peak. So, like, that has to be it, right? I guess worst case they run 4 Path and then we just die. No! No lost vacuums. No. It's easy to say just add lost vacuum to the deck. This deck literally won Portland Regionals. No vacuums. But right now, it's kind of a problem when they run 4 Path to the Peak and they stuck Path to the Peak first. Okay, please. Okay, we can do stuff. We can do stuff. Let's go retreat. We'll get rid of the double turbo energy. Arceus comes in. Skwovet, please. Okay, Judge, we can do that. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, I don't want to put too much energy on Giratina here because we are at risk of getting bopped here. Okay, there's boss. Okay, so now I don't care about Path to the Peak. Now I don't care. But we do care about the fact that we have like basically no draw engine. We're probably going to lose Skwovet here on this next turn. They're going to soften up the Giratina really bad. And what's more dangerous, the Sableye or the... Oh. Damn escape ropes. That's unfortunate. We really don't want to be burning Giratina's attack here because it's wildly inefficient relative to what we need it to do. So if we can get... And they're going to have the Greninja ready. Ugh. So yeah, I don't want to get rid of energy on the Arceus because we may need that. I think we attach V-Guard energy to Giratina. We get rid of... Oh, what are they going to boss up? The Skwovet? Oh, they're going to boss up Arceus. That's weird. I don't know why they would do that, but sure. With what we have... I think I want to knock out the Greninja. The Greninja is arguably... It's more dangerous than the Sableye in the sense that it's doing 90-90 versus just 12. Or, yeah, 120. 150. Yeah, they're going 170. Okay, yeah. They want to take out the Skwovet and the Giratina at the same time. Wait, how the... I feel like they put 1 billion damage counters on there. Okay, here comes the Arceus. I will attach V-Guard energy to the Arceus. I will play Boss. And let's Skwovet again. Please, something good. Something good. Okay, Ultra Ball. That's fine. Okay, and we attach... we just attach 2. Yeah. Let's go 1, 2. Okay. We take out that threat. Now they can take 2 prizes at most, but not 3. Yeah, they can take out the Giratina, but they can't take out the Skwovet. Hopefully they don't have like a crazy Clara... into... we also have to be mindful of Kyogre here. We have not seen any multi-prize Pokemon in this deck at all. Makes me think there is a Kyogre coming at some point. Oh, there's the Clara, yep. And it's the... Probably the Greninja play, right? At which point, yeah, we lose 3 prizes, and that really sucks. The potential silver lining here is we've got Ultra Ball. We can just get Arceus and then potentially tank our way through the rest of the game. But we'll see. Oh, and they're going to escape rope. Okay. How do they play it? Okay, Sableye. So I would go... Oh my goodness. Probably take this out and then soften up the Skwovet, right? got a pre-release, you need the Baxcalibur promo and get a Squawkabilly EX. Yeah, those are both clutch cards. Oh, they're going to leave the Skwovet out. Okay. I don't hate that. But Skwovet might be the only reason we're still in this game. Okay, let's go and grab Arceus VSTAR. Unfortunately for us, like, yeah, I can't. Let's just swing. Yeah, I'm not going to attach that. Okay. A judge would be really nice right about now. Arceus, nope, that's not it. Okay. A Cheren's Care would also be really nice here. Did we get rid of the Cheren's Care? No, we did not. There is still a Cheren's Care floating around somewhere. And hopefully they don't have, like, crazy echoing horn shenanigans here as well. Ugh. Hopefully they are stuck. They've only got 5 cards in the deck. They need to make something happen here real soon. What if it's in the prize cards? Then we're in trouble. They have how much energy? 2 water energy, 3 psychic energy. They probably, I don't know if they have enough to get the Greninja going at this point. They need to, oh, there's the recycler. Damn it. Okay. Almost certain that there's a Kyogre in this deck. But even with the Kyogre, if we can get, if they boss Skwovet, that would suck. Okay, let's see how they play it. And also, we have to keep count on how many Mirage Gates they have. And they've burned 1, 3. So there's still 1 more to go. Okay. Interesting. They didn't get... I really want to knock out this Greninja. Please, boss. How many bosses do we have? Oh, they got the Greninja going. No! That sucks. We're going to lose our Skwovet here. Skwovet was the one keeping us in this game. Oh, no, they're leaving the Skwovet out. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, this is the way to 4 prizes. This is the way to 4 prizes. We do get a DTE. That's not going to matter. Let's just go Nest Stash that. And Cleansing Gloves does not help us in this right now. So let's get rid of that. Two. I need, like, hand disruption, and the Giratina is not it. Giratina is not it. Please. We're going to lose the Arceus VSTAR on the bench here. That brings them back to 2. And if they have, like, a crazy Dragonite play or something, then we could just lose. Ugh. I probably... Oh, Nest Stash it at the start. Damn it. So it's probably towards... Well, when Arceus attacks, we keep shuffling the deck, so it could be anywhere in the deck. And, yeah, Cheren's is really nice in this deck, but we can't fish it out right now. And they passed us, like, super early. Oh, this is painful. Okay, what are they getting rid of? Those. So I imagine Arceus is dead. And they could possibly still recycler, Greninja, whatnot. Let's see how they play it, though. They might just soften up these 2. No, they have to put all in on this Arceus. Interesting. Give themselves a hard retreat. Again, Skwovet, please. Skwovet, please. Okay, down to 2. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Raihan. What does Raihan get us? Raihan doesn't get us anything of value right now. Let's Nest Stash. Escape Rope. Does Escape Rope help? No, we have to take out Sableye. We have to take out Sableye. Oh, I miss Crobat V so bad in like every deck. Okay. Okay, Nest Ball is nothing. Oh, this is brutal. But Skwovet has helped us out. We don't win this match without Skwovet. We're not in this game without Skwovet. And they have 1 card left. Do they have the pieces? Like an Energy Recycler, a Mirage Gate, the Kyogre. Well, the Kyogre's not even going to help here because they can't do enough damage. Do they have the pieces to knock out Arceus and win the game? Or they could, you know, no, they don't. They don't have it. We hang on for the win. Jeez, holy cow. There's an argument to be made that we should have just attached the energy to just like thin our deck slightly even more so that we have fewer cards so we can dig through it faster. But I was concerned about potentially having to hard retreat there. And holy cow, that was a dumpster fire of a match, but we'll take the win. Unfortunately, yeah, they played Path to the Peak early. They had 4 Path to the Peak in the deck. 4, which is nuts. And normally we don't mind Path to the Peak, but we really mind Path to the Peak if they play it before we get Starbirth going. And that was really rough, and they got in the early attack. And I wonder on their side how much of a mistake it was to keep Skwovet in the game. And yes, like based on the prize mapping, they needed to take out like Giratina, Arceus to win, but Skwovet did draw enough cards to help us get what we need to win that game. And maybe they could have, you know, nipped that in the bud and just forced us to top deck for the rest of the game. But we ended up taking the win there. And yeah, just hanging on by a thread, and they did not have the resources at the end to close the deal. GG's. Oh my goodness. That was brutal. Yeah, you can Raihan for a Cheren, but then we can't play Cheren, and like we were too far into the game at that point for it to matter. I think we almost have enough matches. Like I could use that first Lost Box match, the Dondozo match, and the Giratina match, like the one that we lost, as the content for the video, and then maybe we switch decks. Huh. I don't know. I don't necessarily think we saw like the firepower of Giratina in this video. I think I'm not going to force it. Like we'll continue playing this deck, and hopefully we can get at least one match where the Giratina is good. Because yeah, we didn't really use Giratina in anything. Okay, we will go first. Interesting. Why does our opponent want us to go second? That's sus. That is sus. Okay, also sus this starting hand. Okay, please give us something good. No! Oh, man. Okay. We can get Arceus on the board. Arceus and an energy, and then we figure the rest out, right? Okay, Miraidon. Sure. Let's go Trekking Shoes. And yeah, I'll take Arceus V-STAR. Thank you very much. Let's go... Judge Ultra Ball. Get down Arceus V. Can I hate that you can't choose the specific card. Like, I want to grab the fancy one all the time, and it does not let me do that. So let's go attach. Let's actually attach the V-Guard energy first, and then we wait. Okay. So if this is a Miraidon deck, we do have Giratina can one-shot a Regieleki, which is amazing. Can we set that up? We shall see. Let's see. Right now, they don't have a particularly strong hand, but with Miraidon decks, they are pretty much just one Miraidon away from a full board, which they're going to hit right here. And we have to be scared turn one going second for them because they can get the one-hit KO. At this point, I mean, they could escape rope and then just blast us, and that would be horrible. And then, yeah, we just instantly lose. That would be bad. 22 Regieleki Vs, that's bad. That puts them in one-shot Arceus territory, and one-shot Giratina territory, for that matter. Let's see what they get. Oh, God, they hit the double? Oh, no, they have two generators off the rip? Okay. Oh, they're going to discard cards here. Okay. Get rid of the boss. Okay, if they just hit the Skwovet, that's not the end of the world. Okay. Okay. Now, we need... Alt RTS. Okay, so... Let's go... Oh, Path to the Peak is massive here. Let's go Starbirth, and we will get down Giratina V and Research. Ooh, do we want to bring anything up here? No, they would just tank with Miraidon. So let's go and Path and Research. Okay. Unfortunately, we got... Okay. Do we want Switch right now? Switch might not be bad. And let's use the... Let's get a Bidoof down. And let's go swing for 180. And go 1, 2, 3. Now, we are a gust away from being very sad, right? If they gust the Giratina, we're going to have a problem. Okay, Regieleki currently not doing anything as long as Path to the Peak is out. Oh, they're going to escape rope. Okay. Fine. Escape rope kind of looking goated here. Let's see if they're just stalling for time. If they're just stalling for time... No, they're going to pivot back into the Miraidon and swing, right? Like, that's what you should do. Get rid of a bunch of energy. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if I agree with that. And knowing what I know, they might have... Okay, they have Research, that's why. Okay. Sure. And they have Beach Court. They're going to go back into Miraidon, and now they're hitting for, like, 280. And that is... Tragic Johnson for us. We need to find Path to the Peak again. Generator, please no. Oh, man. Okay. And they're going to go in with the Raikou. As they should. Now, we can take a 2-hit KO. No, I want the Miraidon dead. I want the Miraidon dead, because Raikou's not one-shotting us right now. Not one-shotting Arceus, anyway. Now, is there a way to get Giratina V-STAR on the board? No, there is not. But we can attach the V-Guard energy, which is good. Let's go and grab this Miraidon. I'm not going to attach any more energy. Arguably, I should, but we take the Miraidon down. We have Choice Belt. We can one-shot the Raikou next. Hopefully, they don't gust up the... I guess that's not the end of the world if they gust up the Giratina. Let's see how they play it. If you played in a regionals, would I use Goodra Lost Box? That's a weirdly specific question. I love Goodra Lost Box. It would be on my short list of decks to play for sure. Just because I stand that deck so hard. Okay, how much damage are they doing? 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 180. They're not one-shotting us right now. Okay. They're in a bit of a pickle here because they don't have a follow-up after this Raikou. And this Raikou's not going to one-shot Arceus. Oh, okay. They brick! They brick! Okay. Okay. Please tell me they are just going to attack. Hit the Arceus. Just hit the Arceus. Just do it. Just do it. Okay. And they're not doing enough damage to us. Hello, Ewan. Welcome back. Yeah, everybody. Snorlax Cameron. Just checking out. Yeah, 170? Totally fine. Totally fine. Now, we will get the one shot. Okay. I want to... Let's play Path. And I will get rid of all my cards. And let's get Giratina V-STAR down. Arceus, Bidoof, don't need those. And let's grab Giratina V-STAR. I arguably should have gotten Arceus V-STAR instead. But that's okay. Let's go roll with... do we get the Skwovet? No. Okay, I'm just going to leave it. Let's just... we wasted a Nest Ball. That's kind of... Sure. We'll take the one shot here. And we'll attach the two energies to Arceus. Okay. Okay, we can boss for game here. Thank goodness for... Now, they're going to hit for a... if they can get the energy, they will hit for a ton of damage. I guess if they knock out Giratina, that would be bad. Like, really? Nope, they don't have it. They don't have it. Jeez, that was... Yeah, that was a good one. Miraidon coming in hot with the... hitting big on the electric generators early. And unfortunately, they were only taking out single prize targets at the beginning. And when it really mattered, they needed that one shot on the Arceus. They couldn't get it. And we were able to tank enough of their hits and knock out the key targets when we needed to. I think knocking out the Miraidon as early as we did was clutch because Raikou was not going to have the damage output to take a one shot in return. So that was huge. And being able to take out two before they could take out, like take 4 prizes before they could take out one of our heavy hitters was pretty great there. So we'll take that win. GG's. Today's deck is Arceus Giratina. I definitely have enough matches at this point, but I don't have a match where Giratina does stuff. This has been like Arceus solo carrying this entire thing. I think we've attacked a total of 1 time with Giratina this entire, you know, we didn't even want to do it. So yeah, we're definitely keeping that. That Miraidon match was good. I think we keep the Giratina loss. The Dondozo one was fine. I don't know if we keep that at this point. Okay, we're going to go first. Ooh, okay, we brick. And I think at the top of the hour, we're going to talk about the next topic on today's list that I wanted to talk about. Do I think Regibox will come back? Based on what I'm seeing out of Japan, I think the answer is no. There is, I mean, there's sort of a rainbow energy coming back, but it doesn't. Oh my god, we felt 80 billion Lost Box decks. Okay. And we end. What was I gonna say? Yeah, based on what we've seen out of Japan, like, it's just too clunky to play. You still have to run a bunch of basic energy, and you can't just like load up a bunch of Aurora energy or speed lightning energy or what have you to just attack with whatever you want. So I've seen a couple of Regi lists that have performed well in Japan, but I don't think it is intuitive enough to really be considered for competitive play. Lost Box Tina Lost shows off what Tina does better than we've done today. And Player 2 Start, thank you for renewing your sub. 47 months. Player 2 Start, the GOAT. I'm also freezing cold in the basement right now. I think I need to go upstairs to get a sweater. Whew. And just heads up, I do have to wrap up the stream earlier than I usually do. So between 12 and 1, we have to end this party, unfortunately. I've got a, well, I wouldn't say unfortunate. Like, yeah, it's unfortunate we have to end the stream, but like I have a children's birthday party to go to. And yeah, we got to support our family. There's always room for family, am I right? And again, this is another weird one where I think that dark type. So dark energy makes me think this is a single prize deck with Moltres in it. And at which point, like, the Giratina is not as helpful. You kind of want to lean into the Arceus to, and they're going to swing with Cram. That's unfortunate. Lean in with Arceus so that we can at some point Cheren's Care and just nullify the damage. So let's go get, do I just want to judge all this stuff back? Just double turbo judge. Here, let's go and get rid of Bibarel and one of the grass energies here. And let's go get down a second Arceus V. And I will Starbirth for, yeah, let's go double turbo judge and pray. Actually, you know what? Do I Cheren's Care here? Let's get like a double turbo Cheren. Yeah, that might be the play, right? Because they can't, they're probably not doing enough damage to be a serious threat next turn. Like, they're probably not knocking out this Arceus. Okay, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Let's take the knock, and then we'll see what happens. Ewan says, okay, I'll still make a Regibox because you don't need a big budget to do it, and you like playing. If you like playing it, that's... I wouldn't say that's all that matters, but it probably matters more than anything if that is what you like to play over, you know, what's meta or what wins the most. Ewan says, is Darkrai V-Star still strong in the meta right now? Darkrai V-Star was never strong in the meta, unfortunately. That being said, I think Darkrai V-Star is not bad right now. It is on my short list of decks to cover between now and Paldea Evolved. We'll see. I somehow get blown up by Darkrai every time I run into it. But I've played it like less than 5 times. I get blown up by it. I have a horrible time playing it. But we'll see. We'll see. I will admit, like, I was really hoping for Scarlet and Violet to shake up the meta more than it actually did. Yeah, there are certain key cards that are gone. Like, we don't see Shady Dealing stuff anymore. We don't see Crobats. But the top decks are still the top decks. It's still... Lost Box is even stronger than it was before. Arceus is still strong. Mew is still strong. Giratina still strong. Like, it's all the same decks. They just kind of shuffled in the top order. And the only real new decks we've seen... Gardevoir is... Man, I'm up and down on Gardevoir. I still think it is more good than bad. Okay, there we go. They Temple of Synodus, which is not ideal, but we do have Path to the Peak in the deck somewhere, and we're not worried about that right now anyway. And damn it, where was I don't remember what we were talking about. Oh. Yeah, Gardevoir. Yeah, Gardevoir is good. Debatably how good it is. And then Miraidon is okay. I think there's more room for growth in the Flaffy build than the Regieleki build, but it's okay. And that's really it. Everything else is not it. You hate when I'm against Gardevoir EX. It can be annoying. JF Raptor, welcome back, asks, how's Tears of the Kingdom so far? Not sure if you've gotten a chance to play. Yes, I have had a chance to play, thank goodness, and I think that game is amazing. I'm having so much fun with it. Palkia versus Gardevoir. Yeah, Palkia is it's not an impossible match. It is a little weird, and I'd say you probably are at a disadvantage. But Palkia can win. Palkia can win. Especially if you can get Greninja going early. You have 2 turns in the first 2 turns of the game. If you can snipe with Greninja and take out 2 Comfeys or 2 Kirlias, you can put yourself in a really good spot. They're benching Sableye already? They got 9 in the loss. Like, 9 already? Sheesh. Okay. Let's see how they play this. Cheren's is going to help us out huge. Okay. Yeah, our opponent's turn's taken 1 billion years. Yeah, anyone else here playing Tears of the Kingdom? I love it. I'd be playing that right now if I could. Okay, so we are actually going to Cheren's right now, get all of that damage off the board. And you know what? I guess I could just straight up... Nah, we're going to bench Arceus here and put the energy on. And let's go dig. Yeah. Let's throw down Path to the Peak. And we will Trinity Nova. And I'm actually... Do I attach any energy here? I'm actually not going to attach energy. I'm going to hope that they don't hand disrupt us. And we just get to put the double turbo energy on. Okay, they had to get rid of a Mirage Gate. That sucks for them. 1, 2. They've got 2 more to go. If we get the opportunity, I want to knock out the Greninja before the Sableye. The Greninja can do 180 damage. The Sableye can only do 120. So the Greninja is the bigger threat of these 2. They are going to put down the Moltres. The Moltres is kind of annoying. I don't know if they want to bench that right now. Yeah, the Moltres is going to be a weirdly annoying attacker because that's going to do a lot of damage in the end. Okay. And Shoto-san, thank you for the follow. What are you going in with? Okay. This is not going to matter till, like, the end. Where are they going to put their 12? The other problem is, if they... Okay. If they're going to put it all on this Arceus, then we're kind of okay. Yeah, that looks like what they're going to do. I want to snipe the Greninja then. I don't want that 180. I really don't want that 180. Let's go and actually bench a third Arceus here. And I will attach energy to this Arceus. And let's go boss up the Greninja here. And go smack. And that's all our energy. We're going all Arceus on this one. Giratina, sit down. Okay, I don't want that snipe attack. Okay, we do get a judge. That's good. Lots of good cards in our hand right now. And I think that this is going to get more dangerous as the game progresses. Oh, are they just going to go in with the... Can this do enough damage at this point? 150, 170. Yeah, so this can take a knock on this Arceus, and that's unfortunate. At which point, like, I want to play Hand Disruption here, but we might just Raihan. Oh, we're going to get Rock Sand. Oh, no. Oh, no. 2 cards in a tree. Okay. Okay. That's not ideal. That's not ideal. We're gonna need some stuff. Interesting seeing this card come back. Making a comeback here. Okay, 170. And they got rid of one. They had one of these. Oh, they got rid of a bunch of energy. Okay. Let's go. Arceus V. Double turbo. We have to get rid of that energy. Unfortunately, we only have one more Arceus V-Star. Oh, God. Okay. This is not good. We have 1, 2. We've prized one. We've prized one. So this is kind of a dead duck. Okay, please tell me we can pull it here. 1 in 3 shot. 1 in 3 shot. It's got to be 3. Okay. Whew. You got to go have school in about 8 hours. Well, thank you for dropping by, Prism Chew. Have a good night, and we'll see you on the next one. You got to go. You're viewing some puppies? All right, take care, Mr. Bartman. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. And Ewan asks, sorry I'm a little late on this. Hold on, let's catch up on the chat. So Bartman got Tears of the Kingdom on Friday. You already have 22 hours in. That's amazing. I love the game so much. I'd be playing it right now. I would love to stream it. Unfortunately, oh, Echoing Horn, no! That sucks. That sucks. That gives them an easier target here to soften up. And they're going to Clara, and what are they going to pull out here? The Moltres and the Energy? Oh, this is bad. This is so bad. Oh, no. We're going to get finessed. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's weird they burned the attachment on the Sableye, but all right, you go off. I think we still have enough. I guess if they trap this Arceus, then we're kind of screwed. And I don't think we have any more. Yeah, all our energy is in the discard. Ugh. If they're going to attack with the Moltres, though, yeah, they would have to knock out. Okay. Let's... All right. I'm not going to bench the Skwovet right now. Skwovet may come in handy on the next turn. Okay. Trekking Shoes. Okay. We have some options here if we get in a jam. I think we still have the edge, right? That Moltres is going to do 270. They're also going to need a Choice Belt or some other damage modifier to take the win here. Ugh. Okay, they're going to keep digging. Yeah, Arceus apparently the real MVP here. They don't have it. They don't have it. GG's. So, yeah, I thought we played that pretty well. The Cheren's Care coming in clutch, being able to reset all of that damage early on, and Lost Box, especially the single prize variants of the deck. Yes, it's very strong. They've got the Moltres in there, which can do a lot of damage in the mid to late game. However, it really suffers against decks that can heal, and being able to reset that first Arceus was absolutely massive. We were not drawing particularly well there, but by the end of the game, we were able to put ourselves in a position where they could not get enough damage on the board to win, and we ended up just tanking our way to victory. GG's. Shoto-san says, always a good feeling beating Lost Box. I agree. I can't stand Lost Box. I hate playing... I think the thing, and I always say this, right? I hate playing Lost Box. I hate playing against Lost Box because it feels like my opponent always has the cards they need. I hate playing Lost Box because I never have it. It's just like, well, here's Manaphy into nothing. And then I just die a miserable death. Okay. I need a couple things. I need a sweater. Because it's cold down here, and I need some other stuff, and then we're gonna talk about the other thing on the list that I wanted to talk about today. So give me a second. JF Raptor, if you're still here, you're running the stream while I am away, so I will BRB. Hold on. What did I just miss? What did I just miss? Doing well. JF Raptor, thank you for running the show while I was out. First person that replies to this message will get a gifted sub. That's not subbed. Secret player says bet. Applied E. Out of sleeves. Dang. Hate when that happens. So yeah, JF Raptor gifting a sub to Universal Real. Thank you for the support. And Universal Real, enjoy the emotes. So yeah, I'm back. It's cold down here. We are nice and toasty now. I've got my Beatles sweater on that I got in. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I got this in Liverpool at the Beatles Museum. There, I love the Beatles. I think they are an amazing band. That being said, I am much more of a fan of their later works than their earlier works. Like, you give me like Rubber Soul being kind of like a weird inflection point between the old era and the new era of the Beatles, and I'm taking like Revolver onwards any day of the week. You can't accept a gifted sub for me? I don't know. All right. What order do we want to do these in? We have a lot of cards. Okay, let's go backwards. I'll go from like the old. No, let's go the newest to the oldest, so people who are just watching the videos can then see this. And I'm actually going to shut off the music here. So pro tip, if you're using streaming content and you want to like edit it to make it a YouTube video later, make it don't have music in the background. That way you can cut and paste pieces together and then put the music after, so it all goes smoothly. I still run music while we're playing because the cuts between matches are really long. It's not that big of a deal. But when you're making a lot of cuts, then it's better to just have no music in the background so that you can cut and paste stuff as you go, especially in a section like this where I'm going to be making a lot of mistakes. Okay, let's talk about it. Later this year, now it hasn't, okay, no, because it hasn't been confirmed yet. We are getting a special set. Later this year, we are going to be getting a special set of cards in the Pokemon TCG, and all signs are pointing to it to being the Pokemon 151 set in Japan. And this set in Japan is basically a set of cards revolving around the Kanto Pokemon, where we've got yes, that is what that channel point does. I'm sorry, we have to restart this whole thing. Universe Real, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. I have to turn the channel points off for these parts. I didn't do it on the last time. I gotta do it this time because I can't have people doing like only stands and stuff while we do it. It's a nightmare for editing, right? Okay. Ewan says you have only $7 and you need so many cards. Oh, that's unfortunate. In post rotation, I can play the Palkia deck, and then I think I have the cards. I'm still missing. Yeah, I think I have the cards for DTE Mew, and that's pretty much the only things I can play IRL like complete. Anyhow, Gazer Beam, what's up? Oh man, ads. That's unfortunate. Welcome back, notable player Gazer Beam. Are you not in? Oh, you're not in Hartford right now, but welcome to the stream. We are about to talk about some Pokemon 151 cards. We've been playing some Arceus Giratina. You're back from the Adland. Welcome back. Playing some Arceus Giratina. I will admit, leading up to this stream, I absolutely hated playing the deck. And today on stream, it's been running really well, so I can't complain too much other than the fact that Giratina hasn't done anything and Arceus has solo carried the entire thing. So it's going to make for a weird video if we can't get any good Giratina matches of it just swinging really hard, but that's okay. Is Shadow Rider dead? Define dead. I think it's a fun deck to play. It's an easy deck to build. You get the League Battle deck and you start cooking. There are a lot of different ways to play that deck, and you can put different stuff in there. Pair it with Arceus, pair it with Gardevoir, pair it with, like, I've seen the control builds with Hatterene and Path to the Peak. You can put Deoxys in there, put Mewtwo V-Star in there. Lots of different ways to play it. However, I think its ceiling, competitive ceiling, is probably Rogue tier at best. Gazerbeam says, make a thumbnail with a Giratina or Arceus back since it's carrying today. Yeah. Arceus with the hard carry is crazy. Man, I know I'm like way late. I can't wait to buy that trainer's toolkit so I can finally have I think I will finally have 4-3 Arceus, and I can play Arceus IRL. I know it's like crazy late, but whatever. Pretty much all of my playing is digitally, and I hardly play. I still have cards. I buy way too many cards relative to how much I actually play the game IRL. I do have, my Duraludon here ready for Arc Dura. I recently pulled an Oinkologne EX for whatever that's worth. What else do we have here? I finally got a Radiant Charizard. This is pretty sick because the Radiant Charizard's a great card. We've got, this is one of my Arceus V-Stars, and I can't wait to just throw that in. Pretty much like all my decks. I have so few like playable decks IRL. Same. Buy so many cards and build tons of decks, never use them. I don't build tons of decks. I have less than 10 IRL decks. The most complete is probably my Mew deck, and then I have a single strike Urshifu deck that I never finished, a rapid strike Urshifu deck that was almost finished, and now like I don't even know what that deck is even anymore. I was building a Zacian Zamazenta deck for the longest time. That has since rotated out. I have a Flaffy box deck with like Raikos and Raichus. I got to get Miraidons in there. I have a Samurott deck for whatever that's worth. I got the Samurotts really cheap at a convention, and I think Samurott was actually not bad pre-rotation. I loved playing Samurott Bibarel. Post-rotation's rough. I think it was For the Win TCG just put out a video on Samurott, and I've been trying to Samurott V-Star. I've been trying to make Samurott V-Star work. I hate it. I saw For the Win. I'm not throwing shade at For the Win TCG, but I just saw the list and was like, I don't think this is it. What's the strat with it? Get damage on the board for two dark energy. I think it's 1 dark, 1 colorless. For 2 energy, it does 110 damage, but if your opponent already has damage on it, you do another 110. So like 220 plus there's damage on it, 200 plus. It's fun. Losing Zigzagoon and Crobat hurts that deck so bad, and it feels awful to play now. It's too dark? Okay. Anyhow, so we were going to talk about like Pokemon 151 cards. That was the intent. Hawlucha doesn't hit the active. So you have to do like, you play Hawlucha and then you have to use Alakazam to move the energy around. It's really clunky. There are cards coming in the future that will drop damage counters on the active, and it might make it better. And the V-Star power, but like oftentimes you need the V-Star power to take one-shots on stuff. I don't think it's good enough in the current meta. Like as much as I hate Darkrai, I think Darkrai is better than Samurott right now because it has a higher damage cap, and I feel like it's easier to set up than Samurott stuff. Man, this is weird with no music. I guess we'll put the music back on while we're still just chatting about card things. Yeah, it's too clunky, IMO. I mean, if you want to play it as a rogue deck, cool. I try and find a balance of like a rogue tier deck that's still like somewhat viable in the competitive meta. And I think it was, you had Samurott. Yeah, I hope it gets better. I don't see it right now though, IMO. I think it is harder to get away with playing rogue decks on PTCG Live because a higher percentage of the player base is playing meta decks, and that's happening because PTCG Live is set up in such a way that the game gives you the best decks for free. And on PTCGO, and look, I'm not saying we need to go back to PTCGO where you have to spend an arm and a leg on code cards and trade your firstborn to get a Lugia V-Star, but because of the way that economy was set up, it lent itself to less people playing the best decks and more people playing like weird single prize decks that were good enough and really cheap to build. Samurott and Lost Box, I don't think it's worth it. Because then you also still have to get the initial damage on. At which point, like, by the time you get to Sableye that can set up everything, like, I just wouldn't play Samurott at that point. I would just use Sableye. Okay, let's talk about Pokemon card 151 here. There's a lot of cards. We didn't get to do this last week, so I'm going to try and cherry pick the best cards that are worth talking about here. And we'll focus on, like, the new ones that just got revealed as well. All right, so later this year, we will be receiving a special set of Pokemon cards focused around the Kanto Pokemon. In Japan, the set is called Pokemon 151. There is the name is TBD internationally, but pretty certain we will be getting these cards at some point. And they have revealed a bunch of new cards, including Zapdos EX and Jinx EX. Let's go talk about them. I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, we've got a lot of cards to catch up on because I didn't get a chance to cover these last week because I was away for Mother's Day. So let's go take a look at some of the new cards. We've got a new Hitmonlee, which is not particularly good, to be honest. For 1 fighting energy, Tornado Kick does 10 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. This could potentially be kind of cool in the Ting Lu deck, actually, where putting damage counters disables your Pokemon with abilities, except for EX. So this actually could be kind of okay. And then low kick for 100, that is not good at all. But the Tornado Kick with Ting Lu could actually be kind of good. So I kind of take that back. This one might be okay. We get a new Dragonite Stage 2 Pokemon. It's got the ability Jet Cruise, where your Pokemon in play have no retreat cost. This could be kind of fun, but it is a stage 2 on the Dragonite, which is kind of rough to play, but no retreat cost is pretty tantalizing. On top of that, for only a water and a lightning energy, you do Dragon Pulse, 180 damage, and discard the top 2 cards of your deck. Not a bad attack. If you throw a Choice Belt on there, you're knocking out a lot of Pokemon V. The ability is really nice. It is a stage 2. I don't know if it's worth it to set this up, but it's a really interesting card nevertheless. We've also got Dodrio, 100 HP, normal type, and it's got the ability Rampage Draw, where you must put a damage counter on this Pokemon in order to use its ability, and once during your turn, you may draw a card. So drop a damage counter on a Dodrio, draw a card. I mean, being able to draw more cards is always good. I don't know if it's worth it to evolve up to Dodrio to then draw a card. However, that is a thing. And then also for 1 colorless energy, Raging Beaks does 10 damage plus 30 more damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So you get 1 damage counter on there, you're doing 40. You put a second damage counter on there, you're doing 70, and it scales up that way. Like, in theory, this could do a ton of damage, but like, because you're only dropping 1 damage counter at a time, maybe you're playing something like Gapejaw Bog to put more damage on there. That actually might not be the worst idea if you're putting this in like a Zoroark V-Star deck, but I think this is probably overly situational to be a viable play. We also have a new Bibarel, and with this one, it's stage 2, 130 HP, which is really low for a stage 2, but it does have, for 2 colorless energy, a Verse Stinger. Does 30 damage, and if you don't have any cards in your hand, this attack does 120 more damage, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned and paralyzed. So you have to get your hand all the way down to 0 to get 150 damage and poison and paralysis. Poison and paralysis are interesting, but this feels like way too much work for not enough impact. I don't think this one is really going anywhere. What do we have here? Ooh, we've got the new... So here we go. We've got a new Clefairy, and it's got the move Lunar Invitation, where you can search your deck for 1 Psychic Energy, search your deck for up to 3 more Clefairies, and put them on your bench, which then combos into this Clefable, where it does Follow Me, switch one of your opponent's... Oh, not this one. For the move 3 Psychic Energy, Additional Moon, does 50 damage, and if your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by damage from this attack, you take 1 more prize card. So you could potentially take 4 prize cards with Clefable, and it's going to be very situational, but there are decks that could make this work. If you pair this with the Clefairy that moves in and out of the active and attaches energy, you could use that to charge it up. You could potentially play this in a Gardevoir deck where you're doing using Shining Arcana and Brainwave to... Is it called Brainwave? Whatever that Gardevoir move is to attack, and then you finish it off with this Clefable to take an extra prize. Could be kind of cool. Again, it's very interesting, but it feels like it's going to be a little tough to make work. We do have this Hitmonchan, which is pretty bad. TBH, if this Pokemon's in the active spot and is damaged by an opponent's attack, even if it's knocked out, put 3 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. That's just not enough. And then Excited Punch, 60 damage for 2 fighting energy, and during your next turn, this Pokemon's Excited Punch attack does 60 more damage. So, like, you have to play multiple turns to hit 120, and that's assuming you don't just get knocked out instantly, which this is going to get knocked out instantly. Not worth it. Do have a Vileplume with a very cool ability, Full Bloom Energy. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve 1 of your Pokemon during your turn, you may look at the top 8 cards of your deck and attach any number of basic energy cards you find there to your Pokemon in any way you like. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. Now, this is very intriguing, right? This is sort of like the Blastoise, although you're not guaranteed energy. It's the top 8 cards of your deck, but it also doesn't end your turn. So you can load up 8 energy and potentially go crazy. And on top of that, it doesn't specify grass energy. It's just 8 energy. So in theory, you could put this in any deck and just flood the board with energy, assuming you could pull off the combo of getting into Vileplume. I don't know what decks this would like. I mean, you could theoretically put this in a whole bunch of different stuff. It is very interesting. You're going to need to run a high energy deck to give you a lot of chances on hitting energy in the top 8 cards, but this could be very cool. This Vaporeon is interesting. Its first attack is not very good, but the second attack for water and 2 colorless energy is 90 damage, and if your opponent's active Pokemon is a Pokemon EX or Pokemon V, this attack does 90 more damage. With the meta being what it is, we're seeing a lot of EX in Pokemon V. You can charge this up with the new Reversal Energy if you're behind on prizes. You can also slot this into a Baxcalibur deck to charge up that energy. You could even put this in Palkia if you wanted to. I don't necessarily think it's the best use of Palkia to hit for 180 to the active, when you could use this on Greninja, do 90-90, charge up a Vulpix, charge up a Chen Pao. But single prize attacker that can do 180 damage on most meta-relevant Pokemon that can be charged up in a turn, yeah, that could be cool. We have, of the cards that we're going to see in the set, this one, of the cards we're going to see today, this one I think is the most fascinating. It's Ditto. Colorless Pokemon. Its attack is absolutely useless, but its ability, Transforming Start. This ability can only be used if this Pokemon is in the active spot and only on your first turn. Search your deck for a basic Pokemon, except any Ditto. If you do, discard this Pokemon and all attached cards and put that Pokemon in its place, then shuffle your deck. If you're playing like Lost Box, for example, and you want to be able to guarantee you get Comfey in there, or at least a better shot of guaranteeing you have Comfey, you can put Ditto in the active, switch it out for a Comfey, and just roll. I'm playing Arceus Giratina today on stream, and sometimes you get that Giratina start, or you start with Skwovet, and that's horrible. You can put in a Ditto or two and put the Ditto in the active, switch it out with the Arceus, and you're good. I think this card is amazing, and because of how important it is to start in the Pokemon TCG, I could see a world where many decks run this card going forward, just as kind of as an extra of whatever Pokemon you want to start in the active, because this ability is so good. Yes, this can be shut off by stuff like Klefki or Empoleon, but I don't think that they're meta relevant enough right now to see play. I guess the Ting Lu possibly could be a problem for this as well, but I think that there will be enough use cases to make this viable in many different decks. We love us some Snorlax over here, and Snorlax has the ability Gluttony. Once during your turn, you may put 2 leftover cards from your discard pile into your hand. It's not like just cards left over. It's a specific card called Leftovers, and let me just go and pull that up here. The Leftovers card, it lets you heal 20 damage from that Pokemon at the end of your turn when it's attached. It's not the best ability, and Leftovers isn't the best card, but if you have a deck built around healing incremental damage, yeah, this might be okay. We have Mewtwo, and it's Psychic Colorless, Psystrike move, 130 damage, discard 2 energy. This is a horrible attack. However, Reflector Barrier for 2 colorless energy, you do 20 damage, and during your opponent's next turn, if this Pokemon takes any damage from attacks, put the same number of damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. So you're really hoping you run into a super heavy attacker that does massive damage, and then you end up giving them all that damage back, and it hurts them more than it hurts you, because you're a single prize Pokemon and you're hurting their multi-prize Pokemon, and possibly even knocking them out when they attack you. This feels overly situational. You can gust around it, you can escape rope around it. I don't think it's worth it, but it's an interesting card. We've got Chansey. I love this art. I think this card is absolutely adorable. Its ability is not bad either. Lucky bonus. If you took this Pokemon as a face-down prize card and your bench isn't full, before you put it into your hand, you may put it on your bench and flip a coin. If a heads, take 1 more prize card. Now, it is a lot, right? You have to put this Chansey on your bench. You have to have room for Chansey. You have to then bench it, and now you have this single prize liability on your bench, and you have to flip a coin, and if you flip heads, then you take an extra prize. But taking extra prizes is so good. I feel like people are going to try playing this. I don't necessarily think it's going to be great, but I think it's going to be a pretty fun card for those that use it. We have the legendary Bird Trio, and they all kind of have similar attacks, but the big one I want to focus on here is Zapdos EX, 200 HP. It does have, if this Pokemon has any lightning energy on it, it has no retreat cost. And the big thing here is multi-shot lightning. For 3 lightning energy, does 120 damage to the active and 90 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. If you think about, say, the Miraidon deck with energy generators, you could pull this off theoretically on turn 1, take 120 damage to the active, 90 to the bench, knock out 2 Comfeys, and put decks like Lost Box or even Gardevoir in a really bad spot. So this could be an interesting snipe card, especially early in the game. Another cool combo here is Jinx EX, where it's got the move Badoom Kiss. If your opponent's active Pokemon is asleep, it's now knocked out. And that, like knocking out anything. You can knock out a VMAX or an EX with 330 HP instantly with Jinx if you can get them asleep first. And you can combo this with, where is that card? With the new Hypno, where it's got the ability Chance Hypnotism. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may leave your opponent's active Pokemon asleep. And this is just a really interesting combo where you evolve into Hypno and then you attack with Bidoof Kiss and just instantly take KOs. Now, how are you getting the energy on there? Theoretically, you could use Palkia, you could use Baxcalibur. There are other ways to accelerate water. I mean, even just a water and a double turbo energy could do the trick here. I don't know if it is reliable enough of a strategy to build an entire deck around, but if you can find ways to put your opponent to sleep, and water decks are so good right now because there's so much support for water Pokemon that maybe this could be actually legit. We even got some new trainers that are very good. We've got Big Balloon, which is basically just Air Balloon, except it only works on Stage 2 Pokemon. I'm really sad that it doesn't work on anything else, but it is some much needed support for Stage 2 Pokemon that can work really well. We also have Bill's Transfer, which is a supporter where you look at the top 8 cards of your deck and you may retrieve any number of Pokemon you find there and put them into your hand. Then shuffle the other cards back into your deck. Being able to grab a whole bunch of Pokemon in certain decks, like if you're playing, say, Shadow Rider Calyrex, this could be awesome. There are a couple of other decks where you're trying to grab a bunch of Pokemon, and Bill's Transfer could be a great card for that, even if it is at the risk of top 8 cards and you might not get the ones you want. Being able to grab multiple Pokemon off the top could be great. And yeah, I think we don't really need to talk about the Cubone and the I'm sorry, Cubone and Marowak. That's going to do it for our look at the latest round of Pokemon 151 cards. Again, these will likely be coming as a special set later this year. I will provide you with all of the details once we have more information on that. But what do you think of this next crop of cards? Let me know in the comments below. So Twitch fam, stick around. We're going to keep going, but on YouTube, we have to go. Thank you so much for watching. We've got some quick plugs here. You can find me on all the things: YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at @InThirdPerson. You can find me on Twitch, where I stream the Pokemon trading card game every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And check out the website, inthirdperson.com, for more articles and videos on video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits. So until the next one, we'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, we're back. We'll catch up on the chat here. There's a lot. So Ewan says, you tried making a deck by yourself, a Lilligant V-Star, but it sucks because you don't have Radiant Greninja. There's a card in Astral Radiance that reduces... Okay, yeah, so... I mean, Lilligant is not particularly strong. It does have a great ability, and it could be a great setup card in, like, Meowscarada going forward. But Lilligant by itself is unfortunately probably not good enough. It hasn't been good enough for a long time. Waldo Sketches, thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're doing well. There's a card in Astral Radiance that reduces retreat by 2. I don't know what that is off the top of my head. You heard Zoroark V-Star deck. Zoroark V-Star is a... Yeah, it's a deck for double turbo energy. It does 50 damage times the number of Pokemon on your side that have damage on it. So it could do potentially up to 300 damage. It works very fast, but it can be very clunky to set up, especially if you can't get damage on your Pokemon early. When was Jinx a water Pokemon? I think this is the first water type. I can't remember. PTCG Radio talked about it. It's like the first water Jinx in like 15 years. And yeah, the setup will be amazing. Yeah, Pokemon 151 is going to be a pretty cool set. Normally with special sets, we don't get many playable cards, but I am pleasantly surprised that they've shown us a lot of really good cards in that set. Let's get a couple more games in before we head out. Ooh, lose the coin toss. Hate that for me. Okay, opponent's going first. That is what it is. Hopefully we have a playable starting hand. It's not the worst. It's not the worst. I think we can potentially roll the dice and try and get... Oh. Okay. Huh. Slowpoke. Interesting. Okay. Let's do this. I'm going to get rid of Raihan and Basic Energy. And let's go get a Giratina down. I'm actually going to flip to get Slowpoke in the active. Let's go Choice Belt on Giratina, and we're going to research. We get the DTE, and we get Judge, which is great. And we get the Skwovet. And let's dig. Oh, yeah, we're going to hold on to that. And, yeah, we're going to path. One, two, and yeah, we'll go on the Giratina. That's fine. I think. I hope. What's your rank record in live? I don't see how anyone gets past Great League, not without playing 6 hours a day. I would not use my record in PTCG Live as a litmus test. Because of the... Oh, God. Okay, Mewtwo V Union. Because of the nature of what I do here, I'm playing different decks every week, and so I'm constantly playing new stuff all the time. I don't have the best record. I win more than I lose, but I don't usually get beyond Greninja. I bounce between Greninja and Houndoom most of the time. That being said, on the last Battle Pass, or the last, League cycle... I got all the way up to, oh, what was it? The Alakazam League or what have you? No, I got past that. I can't remember which one exactly. Ooh, do we boss and we hit Arceus? I think we do. I think we boss and we hit Arceus right now. And we get the other Giratina set up here. Oh, well, we only have one energy. Yeah, I just happened to luck out in that one. Mad Steck says not even worth it when your rank gets cut in half when the season ends. You've hit 900th once before, never got past Houndoom since. Yeah, I got to... Oh. Yeah, I don't really care for my ranking at all. I don't necessarily think there's a benefit to it. Like, do you turn one to this Pokemon? Oh, God, they're just going to heal like crazy here, aren't they? Yeah, they're going to heal 80? Or 90? Oh, 160? Okay. So they're healing just enough that I can't... So we do 180. I think we can still... Can we still knock it out? If we go into Giratina V-Star, we can absolutely knock it out. I don't know if I want to, though. Oh, did they? Oh, and they healed it. Oh, God. Oh, this is annoying. Oh, this is profoundly annoying. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. So. Oh, this is... Wow. Okay. Okay, this really sucks. Let's see what we can do. Arceus V-Star, no, we don't want that. Let's just judge and hope we can get... No, this is not at all what we were looking for. Okay, we're gonna go Bidoof. This really sucks. Yeah, we're not doing enough damage here. Huh. Okay. I guess the play then is try and stop them from getting Mewtwo V Union out and hang on and land the big KOs with Giratina, but we need to set up Giratina. Okay. They are going to get a second. They've bricked real... Oh, please tell me that's not research on that side. Please tell me that's not research. They just got stuck with one card. Be stuck with one card. And then I can figure the rest out from there. Okay, so we lose the Arceus. That's unfortunate. They've only got one card, though. And if we can get Giratina set up, then we could potentially take 2 knocks and put ourselves in a pretty good spot. Let's go. Let's go and Bibarel here. And we do get the Giratina V-STAR. That's amazing. Do we want to judge right now? They only have 3 cards. Actually, yeah, I do want to judge. I know we give them 1 more card. I was looking for that double turbo in the worst way. Okay. Here we go. We will attach the double turbo, and I will swing for 280. Get rid of the double turbo. Take 2 prizes. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to tank through this with Giratina V-STAR for the rest of the game. Hopefully they don't have... they're gonna get their Arceus V-STAR power going. Oh, no. Do we? We gotten rid of... Oh, no. We could be in a really bad spot very soon. Do we have Raihan still? No, we got rid of Raihan. Oh, once we lose this Giratina, we're screwed. We have to get Arceus on the board. Potentially. Because we can't attack with anything after that. Okay, they're going to escape rope into... okay. Yeah, you can have Skwovet. But how do we get out of here now? Ugh. Oh, they just got rid of Arceus completely? Okay. Do they have all 4 Mewtwo pieces? No, they don't. Oh, do they have it now? They probably have it now. Nope, they're still missing one, but they can get the 4th right here. Yep, and can they discard it? That's the $1 million question. No, they cannot. Okay. Oh, they just scooped? What happened? I don't know what happened there. Because the collapsed stadium, the stadium expanded before anything happened. Why did the... I don't know. I don't know. I was kind of hoping we could use that as a match, but we'll take the win, I guess. GG's. YouTube Union, not quite as bad as Miltank version so far. Yeah, that got really weird. I don't know why the collapsed stadium opened up and then they just quit. Yeah, Miltank is a card. Let's here. I'll show what Miltank is. Miltank is a card that has the ability Miracle Body, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon V. We are not built to actually attack through Miltank at all, so we would just instantly lose if they play 1 Miltank. It's not as viable now because there are more single prize attackers and there are EX cards in the game, but there will be the Mimikyu that's coming out in Paldea Evolved blocks attacks from Pokemon V and Pokemon EX. So it's a more updated version of it. It does have a worse attack, though, and less HP. Okay, we lose the coin flip. That's unfortunate. Okay. Terrible hand. Terrible hand. We'll shuffle that back in and hopefully get something. Okay. Yeah, we can work with this. We can cook with this. Hopefully, we don't get a Oinkologne. Okay. Okay, Oinkologne is a very annoying deck. Oh, that V-Guard energy. But we can beat Oinkologne. We can beat Oinkologne. Giratina can absolutely power through Oinkologne's super annoying shenanigans here. Assuming we can get set up, which I think we can. I think we can. We do get a Bibarel. I don't think it's worth discarding anything for that. Let's just go Trinity Charge and get our first Giratina set up. Oinkologne for a single energy does damage based on the number of Pokemon on, I think, their bench. And then you can use Cheren's Care to heal it over and over again, and so that you can't knock it out. It's very tough to deal with. Here we go. Colress Experiment. Yeah, Maddening Scent. 30 damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So right now, we don't have a big bench, and we're not gonna play into that. So we'll keep our bench pretty thin here. And they also run a Bidoof Skwovet line. And they've got the backup. So what we want to do is just get Giratina to knock this thing out over, like, one-shot it multiple times, and we should be okay. Oh, they're probably going to go Heavy Stomp here and do 180. That's annoying. Okay, they have no cards, though. No cards, and they have to coin flip, and they might not be able to attack next turn. They cannot attack next turn. Oof. Okay, so they are down bad right now. Okay, I will get a second Giratina down, actually. Let's go do that. And do we... What do I want in terms of cards here? I think if we just get a bunch of double turbo energies, we'll be fine, right? And just attack with the Giratina over and over again? Or is that a overly zealous way of looking at it? Let's go grab at least one DTE. And I will grab... Let's grab a research so we can get more cards. Yeah. Okay, let's get this second Giratina set up. Unfortunately, we don't have much to go on right now. I actually kind of hope that they knock out. So they're top deck mode right now. Hopefully they don't get anything good here and we're fine. Right, then we can just swing. Okay, they get a Lechonk. Fine. They're not attacking. This is just going to die. Oh, or they're going to retreat. Yeah, they're going to retreat into something else. Yeah, the Bidoof. I would love to knock out this Oinkologne. Didn't have the foresight there. Okay. We get the second Giratina V-Star. That's very nice. I'm actually going to attach the second one to the Giratina. I know technically we're going to do less damage there, but... Ooh. Okay. Let's go attack for 180. Okay. We're laughing here at this point. We can plow through their entire deck at this point. Let's see. 260. Even with if we just get rid of the double turbo, we're still doing 260 damage on a Giratina straight up. So they need some stuff. They need like a Cheren's Care or something right here. DTE. They're going to get the knock, which is fine. Tails can attack. Here we go. Giratina finally getting its time to shine. They're down bad. They still don't have much of a draw engine here. They are up a prize. But, yeah, let's play some Path to the Peak. I like that. Let's play some V-Guard energy here. No, we'll play a Psychic energy. And then we will... Lost Impact for only does 230? Oh, because of the helmet. Damn. Okay. Still enough. We still get enough. And we are going to get rid of this double turbo. And assuming they don't have any more helmets. I pray they don't have any more helmets. We'll be okay. They do have more cards though. This part's kind of the problem. Hey, Gaming Omnivore, welcome back. How are you doing? Does Luminion's effect work with Nest Ball? No, it does not. If they don't have oh, they don't have the energy here. Oh man, they probably should just pack it up here. We don't need Choice Belt. Don't need Choice Belt. We do have another Path to the Peak. Let's go and attach another double turbo energy to Giratina. And we are swinging for 280 damage. And we'll get rid of that double turbo energy again. And we've got them down to one prize. And this is looking absolutely miserable for our opponent here. Giratina absolutely putting in work. Boom. GG's. Oinkalone, very annoying deck to fight against. That being said, they were not able to get their engine set up and kind of got left hanging. But even then, the Giratina V-Star is an absolute monster. If you're able to set it up, you can just one-shot multiple Oinkalones and not have to worry about the healing at all. And then we just get to use the extra energy, the double turbos as ammunition to keep firing off lost impacts and just plow through our opposition. So like, this is kind of the ideal match for us, where you're really trying to take one shots over and over again with Giratina once you get set up. And I'm glad we were able to demonstrate that here. GG's. All right. Not the most competitive match, TBH, but that was kind of the best match to demonstrate what this deck does. So yeah, we're Houndoomling right now. I peaked at... Oh, I remember. Yeah, I got to Corviknight League once on the last cycle, but it's not something I chase because I'm playing different decks every week, and I have to lose all the time so that I know how to play these decks once I get on stream. So, not too concerned about my record at all. And Ewan, your question about how do you activate the effect? You have to play it from your hand. You have to play it. I know this isn't Luminion. You have to play it from your hand to the bench. And when you do that, then you trigger the effect. If you're playing Nest Ball, you're playing it from the deck and it just goes directly to the bench. So that does not trigger the Luminion effect. And that's one of the problems, the downsides of Nest Ball, is that, yeah, you can put a basic Pokemon onto your bench without having to discard anything like Quick Ball did, but you don't get to play any of those entering play effects like a Luminion or Crobat in the old days, and that kind of sucks. So that's something to consider. All right, anything? You're doing good. Actually awake early enough to catch me streaming. That's awesome. Also, we're wrapping up soon. I have to, unfortunately, I keep saying unfortunately, like me going to a family member's birthday party is a children's birthday party, no less, is a bad thing. But we do have to wrap up very soon here so that we can go to the kid's birthday party, which is actually on right now. We are late. So it does that with every card that has that kind of effect. Yeah, any sort of entering play effects do not work on Nest Ball or with Nest Ball. But yeah, shout outs to game. Is this the right? Let me see if this works. Yeah, shout outs to Gaming Omnivore. You can follow his stream with the link there. And let's see, how do I do the fancy one with the on the screen? There it is. Yeah. Shout outs to Gaming Omnivore. Plays a whole bunch of different stuff. Currently playing Tears of the Kingdom right now, which admittedly I wish I was playing as well. That game is awesome. I finished a dungeon and I've just been running around the entire world, that area of the map, just to see what I can see. I've completed a couple of extra shrines. Considering how much ground I have covered, I haven't found nearly enough shrines to justify my travel, but it's a ton of fun. I love that game so much. Gali says, thanks for the stream. Have a good time. Party. Drive safely. Thank you, Gal. I'm still going to be here for a couple more minutes. We can chat for a little bit, and then I have to do the intro and outro to the Arceus Giratina deck and explain what the heck I was playing. Okay, let's get into the deck editor here. Okay. You just barely started the Rito quest. Okay. I would say that based on everything, the Rito quest is the easiest one to start. But yeah, so good. So good. Highly recommend. You know, I would love to be streaming that, but when dadding is hard. Dadding is hard and we can't stream on the Wednesdays. All right. Let's go do the intro. Favorite Pokemon? I think mine is switched to Greninja. Greninja's pretty good. My favorite is Snorlax. My all-time favorite Pokemon. I love him. I love him so much. Yeah, we got the Snorlax up here. I mean, I have different stuff. Like Lucario is my number 3. Raichu's number 2. I fell in love with Snorlax during my... So I am a late bloomer when it comes to Pokemon games. I was around when Pokemon Red and Blue came out. I didn't play them, though. I started playing Pokemon at X and Y. But the game that got me like really into the Pokemon universe was Pokemon Go. And one of the first big Pokemon that I ever caught was a Snorlax. And back in the day when they had like the websites that showed you where all the Pokemon were, there was, yeah, Snorlax popped up and I was like, oh my God, like we have to go. And it was 11:30 at night and my wife and I got in the car and we drove out to the spot and there's the Snorlax and we caught it and I was so proud to catch that Snorlax. And I just kind of fell in love with the Pokemon from there. So anytime I play a mainline Pokemon game where if I catch Snorlax, it's always on my team. And I don't care if it's the best Pokemon or not. I just love Snorlax. And yeah, I've recently got one of my personal chase cards. Let me show that here. I got, and it's not a particularly meta relevant card or anything like that, but I got a Snorlax V Max, and I love having my main homie in a V Max card, which I'm gonna display here at some point. I got really lucky on Scarlet Violet cards. Very early, my Scarlet Violet pulls have been mostly miserable. I can't. When I show you these cards, you will get mad at me and be like, "What are you talking about?" Most of my pulls from Scarlet and Violet have been bad, but on the first day, like between the mini booster box, like the booster bundle and the ETB, I got the full art Greninja EX, got the alternate art, the trainer gallery Miraidon. I know my camera is horrible at showing these cards. And then I also got the Gardevoir. Now the centering on the Gardevoir is horrible. I can't really see it because the lighting's bad and the camera's not good at focuses. But the fact that I pulled like those 3 cards day 1 was pretty awesome. And everything else after that has been horrible. I actually would prefer, well, I'm not going to say I prefer, but I would like to get the regular arts of the Gardevoir and the Miraidon so I can actually play them. Because yeah, I'm never going to play those cards. Even the Gardevoir with the bad centering. All right. Let's go do this intro, outro thing, and then I gotta get rolling. So the way this is gonna work. Oh, I turned off the channel points. Damn. Okay. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna do the deck description. Snorlax VMAX cam. No, no, I will not. Snorlax cam is more than enough. Here, we'll turn on channel points one last time so y'all can take a look at Snorlax before we ride off into the sunset here. Yeah, so there's Snorlax. There he is. Yeah, right here. Yeah, so he's just chilling. Always ready to game. All right, turning off points again. And let's go talk about Arceus Giratina. And this, let me just make sure I got the name right. This is Landon Kaetler. I think Kaetler? Kaetler? I don't know how to pronounce their last name. First name is Landon. All right. What do we want to lead with? Arceus or Giratina? Let's talk about Giratina, actually, because we've talked about Arceus before. All right. In a post-rotation world, Giratina V-STAR's place in the meta is debatable, right? There's a lot of debate about whether Giratina V-STAR is good in Lost Box or not. I think the general consensus is that it's Lost Box is better without Giratina. That being said, Giratina has definitely seen some tournament success, especially when paired up with Arceus V-STAR, and we've got one of those tournament-winning decks right here. I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's talk about Arcetina. This one is the list played by Landon Kaetler, who won Portland Regionals with this deck. And let's go talk about it. We've got Giratina V-STAR, 280 HP, no weaknesses or resistance for that matter. And it's got the move Lost Impact for Grass, Psychic, and Colorless Energy. Does 280 damage, and you have to put 2 energy attached to your Pokemon in the Lost Zone. 280 damage is ridiculous. You are one-shotting many things in the game and many multi-prize Pokemon as well, which makes it an incredibly strong attack. Now, its attack cost is a little weird with the Grass and the Psychic. However, we're going to be using Arceus V-STAR and to a certain extent Arceus V, charging it up as well. Of course, Arceus V-STAR with the Trinity Nova attack for 3 colorless energy does 200 damage, and you get to attach 3 basic energy from your deck to the Pokemon V on the bench. So you're going to attach it to Giratina V-STAR and then whack with Giratina V-STAR for the rest of the game. Now, the interesting strat here is that putting 2 energy attached to your Pokemon in the Lost Zone doesn't have to be the energy attached to Giratina. What you can do is just discard double turbo energies over and over again and get multiple swings of Lost Impact without getting rid of the energy on Giratina V-STAR itself. It can be kind of tricky at times to set up the combo, but once you've got it, you can be an absolute offensive juggernaut. So at its core, it is an Arceus deck. We've got 4 Arceus V, 3 Arceus V-STAR. We've got 2/2 Giratina V and V-STAR in here as well. For drawing cards, we've got a 2/2 line of Bibarel. Of course, Bibarel lets you draw up to 5 cards. And 1 Skwovet, which has the ability Nest Dash, where you shuffle your hand, put all of the cards to the bottom of your deck, and you only draw 1 card. Now, drawing 1 card can be seen as bad. However, when you combo it with the Bibarel, you get to shuffle your hand into your deck, draw a card, then use Bibarel to draw 4 more cards, which is a great way to keep your hand fresh. From there, we've got trainer cards. We run a whopping 4 copies of Boss's Orders. Now, you might want to tweak this down a little bit, but this is a great thing to consider, and especially since Arceus V-STAR isn't necessarily hitting the hardest. If there's a Luminion on the board, you can use Boss's Orders to knock that out to take 2 prizes. You could also use it to cherry pick targets for Giratina so that you can get multi-prize one-shots with that as well. Got one copy of Raihan. So if you find yourself in a jam, you can pretty much get an Arceus V set up from nothing to Arceus V-Star with Raihan. Could help you with your Giratina as well. 3 copies of Research, discard your hand, draw 7 as a way of getting more cards in your hand to play the game. For Switch cards, we've got 1 copy of Escape Rope and 1 copy of Switch, just to make sure, especially in the early game, once you pop Starbirth for the 2 cards, you might need to get a Switch or Escape Rope so you can get Arceus into the active. This is a heavy Path Judge deck. This is still one of the most brutal combos in the game, where you put down Path to the Peak, shut off your opponent's abilities, and then you judge their cards away and force them to not be able to see the bottom of their deck and get the cards that they need throughout the game. So you're kind of playing a little RNG here, disrupting their hand enough that they can't get any momentum. 4 copies of Ultra Ball. This can help us not only find the Pokemon we're looking for, especially evolution Pokemon, but also thin our deck so that Bibarel can draw more cards. 1 copy of Choice Belt for extra damage on Pokemon Vs. 4 Nest Ball for getting our basics on the board. 2 copies of Trekking Shoes. When you play Trekking Shoes, you look at the top card of your deck. You can either put it into your hand or discard that card. Helps our deck run a little more consistently. Cheren's Care is a great card to have in this deck, which lets you put one of your normal type Pokemon with any damage counters on it into your hand, and all the attached cards as well. So it's a great way of healing Arceus and being in the fight a little longer. And instead of 2 Choice Belts, we actually run 1 copy of Cleansing Gloves. This allows Giratina V-Star to take 1-shot KOs on Gardevoir EX because they're doing an additional 30 damage in a way that Choice Belt cannot. And last but not least, our energy splits here. We've got 4 copies of Basic Energy, 4 Psychic Energy, 4 Double Turbo Energies, and 2 V-Guard Energies to make our Pokemon a little tankier. So the general game plan, you always want to start with Arceus, charge up Giratina's 1, maybe 2, and then for the rest of the game, just smack for 180 over and over again on big targets to take multiple prizes on consecutive turns. And if Giratina doesn't work, or like discarding the energy if you're up against a single prize deck, then you kind of pivot and just focus on Arceus V-Star and hope that you can land the Cheren's Care at some point in the middle of the game to reset the damage and just do a consistent 180 damage over and over again. All right, let's check out these matches. There we go. That is a look at Landon Kaetler's Portland Regionals winning Arceus V-Star Giratina V-Star deck. Again, congratulations to them for the big win. It's not the only Arceus Giratina deck that even won that weekend. It is very much proof that this particular archetype is good enough to win in the current meta. And I will admit, leading up to this video, I had a really hard time playing this deck. Just a lot of weird stuff would happen, and you just run into weird spots of like Arceus getting dropped early and then you don't have enough energy to attack with Giratina. But today it worked really well. Yeah, we did lose one that I did show in the video. I hope, yeah, at this point now I'm committing to putting that loss in the video, which is fine. It was a good match. It kind of shows the strengths and weaknesses of the deck, shows some ways that our opponent can play around us. This is certainly not a perfect deck because no deck is. And hopefully you can learn some lessons from how I played and what I could have done better. So there we go. We gotta wrap it up today. And actually on Twitch, I have to say goodbye to you guys as well, because I gotta go to this birthday party. But thank you all so much for watching. Some quick plugs before we go. You can find me on all the things: YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at In Third Person. You can find me on Twitch at In Third Person, where I stream the Pokemon trading card game every Sunday at 10 a.m. like I am right now. And check out the website, inthirdperson.com, for more articles and videos on video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits. Again, because this is also the goodbye to our Twitch fam. Everybody on Twitch, thank you to everybody who is chatting on stream today. Thank you to all the lurkers. Much support to you. Thank you to everybody that subbed and renewed your subs, and thank you to everybody that followed the channel today. Y'all are amazing. But until the next one, I gotta go. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.